everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mori Crossing and today we're going to be making platform 9 3/4 / King's Cross Station. So basically, if you don't know, this is my Harry Potter island called Sea Haven. Yes, Sea Haven is nothing to do with Harry Potter. I made this island before I knew what my theme was going to be. So we have quite a small space to do this in. Originally I planned to do it bigger, but I felt that this fit well because I've already made the suspended train track up there, which is basically kind of like a viewing platform up to Hogwarts Castle. So I decided to do King's Cross right next to Privet Drive because, you know, it's normal day-to-day Britain right there, and then it becomes magical just as you go around the corner. At first I was trying a bunch of different tiles, and I started making this before the brand new anniversary update came out, so I only had the original amount of design codes. So I feel like I would have done this a lot different if I'd had more design codes, because at this point I was already running out and was just basically improvising with both in-game paths and also custom codes that I'd used before. For example, what you can see down the side, which I actually end up taking off, is actually the same brick as I've got on Hogwarts Castle. Yeah, so I basically experimented with a bunch of different things and ended up not liking any of the block coloured ones and keeping this brick design on top of brick design because I felt that it was more in keeping. Also, if you'd like to know where I got the train tracks from, I actually designed them myself. It's one of my 4 custom designs I've ever made. I'll put my details for my custom design codes below. For this build in particular, I actually didn't really look up any film inspo because I couldn't find that much, or general Pinterest inspo. I just kind of went with how I felt, you know? So I just kind of went for a kind of, I guess, English or British train station look. I guess we'll see if you think that I succeeded in that by the end of it. I decided to make this area not as long. At first I thought it would be kind of an open platform, but I decided to make it look like it was more enclosed, just so that it's separate from my beaches. And here I decided to extend this area back a little bit so that I could have 2 sections. The first section being the Muggle part of the station, and the second part being platform 9 3/4. And I really thought about how to make this look more like a train station. So I added this little desk and put a fax machine as a sort of till area. And I wanted to make it look more normal, so I added some drinks machines, a vending machine, some public benches, just trying to make it look as kind of standard as possible. I don't know. Also, can't not have plants. And here we have the next day, as you can see, because we now have our lovely red incline. And I'm just adding some bamboo stops, which is just my favourite thing to do at the end of any train track. And I decided I really wanted to make the back area separate again so that I could add something behind on a higher level. So I did a little tunnel here, and we've put some climbing frames to the back, which is something that I know a lot of people do to section off different areas. And although I'm happy with this right now, I end up thinking it looks a bit too plain, and we fuel my custom design addiction later on. And then we add this public park clock and more plants, because plants make everything look better. And we had this comfy chair for them to sit on. And here we start working on the kind of separation of the two areas. I start using this darker colour for the platform 9 3/4 part. I also moved the train back just because I want it to be right in the horizon, like not really that visible from the station itself. In the end, I do move it back a little bit more. And yeah, I'm just trying to work on the transition between the two, which I find really hard to like show very obviously, but you'll see what I do later. So again, using more brick, and this is the next day again because I need to order more simple panels. Always need more simple panels. It's like an addiction, I swear. And we've added this iron and stone gate and the fortune cookie stand because I feel like the fortune cookie stand just looks a bit magical. I think it's the orange and the yellow. I feel like it's just, maybe it's because it's kind of Gryffindor colours. It just reminds me of Harry Potter. I'm not sure what they sell on this cookie stand, but I feel like it's something exciting. And again, I'm just trying to separate it. So we have the contrast of the brown bricks and the grey compared to the much warmer, yellower area on the right. So we add some simple panels here. These are the ones we bought, and I really annoyingly I find it really annoying like what the game thinks you want to pick up. I really wish it highlighted the thing that you're going to pick up, because so many times in this video I pick up the wrong thing and it's not even the closest thing to me, so I don't even understand. And yes, so here we have the platform 9 3/4 part, and again using the same climbing frame. I wanted to again separate it, and we add a little vending machine. And this area I just want to look kind of I just want this to look like a little public train area. And so I start putting things down, but I think, wait, this looks too similar. This looks the same as the other area. So does this really work? I don't think so. So I decide to change the bricks underneath to the darker colour so that it makes it just more in keeping with the above part, and Maple, as usual, getting in the way. Exactly when I'm about to start picking everything back up, she sits on the bench, but she got off, so that was very nice of her. Because I have had times where like a villager just won't leave me alone. They don't come and look for me when I'm just, hanging out, looking for them. They're completely hidden whenever I look for a villager, but no, when I'm building something, that's when they want to come and chat. Always, I swear. And sit right in the way. If you watch like my magical Great Lake build, you see so many times I'm doing the exhaustive task of making like a huge lake, and then all my villagers just come and sit in front of exactly where I'm making the lake. It happened every time. Anyway, back to the build. I changed up the fence, so again it's clear the differences of both sides, and I add some trains to the Muggle side, to the King's Cross side. I just want them to look kind of different. As long as they're not the red and the grey ones, I'm happy. Well, specifically the red one, because I feel like the red is iconically the Hogwarts Express. Also, I didn't know you could do that. You could put trains on top of trains. I was amazed by this. I thought maybe it would work, but in the end I decided to just keep it on one level. And we've got Bo coming up saying hi. He's so cute with his little bag though, so I can forgive him. Just adding bits and bobs to make it more fleshed out, 3D, more wild looking. And I just love these street lamps. The colour, like slightly rusty color. It's so lovely. Copper color? That color. Whatever color that is. Again, can't have enough custom designs. I literally am addicted. I can't have like a single bit that doesn't have a custom design on. I think it's because the snow is just so plain. But yeah, that's my thought on the matter. And here we're just adding the final parts of the jail bars just to complete this kind of like suspended bridge area. Now we've got little Lily hanging out. And here I have a little story for you. I actually finished this build a couple of days ago, and I thought, oh, I'm happy with this. This looks fine. And then, you know, I thought, wait, these floating blocks, they could be a suspended bridge in the train station. And I was just like, I blew my own mind in some sort of, that sounds so stupid. But anyway, I had this idea. I was really excited about it. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. So I edited the first part of this video, and now here we have a brand new part of the video. And I also wanted to put it behind the Privet Drive area because I felt that it was very in keeping that there would be a train going through the kind of Surrey area that Privet Drive is supposed to be set in. And it took me ages. I had to literally Google how to put things on top of floating blocks. I was so confused first time I saw pictures of people putting things on top. Not them putting it on, but them having stuff on top of it, because I was like, how do you put it up there? I literally went up there with a ladder, tried to throw them on, it just wasn't working. So yeah, you just stand underneath them. If you don't know, that's what you do. And here I'm just adding some dolls' houses to kind of look like there's, you know, a row of houses behind. In the distance, you know, the train's small, everything's in the distance, even though it's clearly very close up. You know? Adding some more blocks for them to go on. I mean, the blocks' colours are a bit bright for the Harry Potter Island, really, but it's definitely doable. There's me just checking it out now. I'm happy with that. I tried to put the bamboo stop on and I thought anything that was 1x1 could fit, but no, apparently not. And finally we've got the trunk going through to platform 9 3/4. I wasn't sure whether to put it here or to put it here, and in the end I decided that's more like it's going into a wall, so it's more in keeping. And I had to get all these Rovers suitcases, which cost a fortune on Nuxon. But the Rovers briefcase is so unique and so pretty and so Harry Potter colours. Amazing. And here you see me screwing up again, trying to take something and picking up the wrong thing. And I've put some final touches because I felt that this area looked a bit plain, and I'm basically going for a cluttercore Harry Potter Island, let's be honest. And I decided to put some music on for some atmosphere, and because of those sweet extra custom design slots, we've got a platform 9 3/4 design, which originally I was going to make, but this one was just so perfect. Why would I even need to make one when there's one like this just perfectly available, you know? Just adding some final touches now. I needed to make sure that you could get through that place because it's how you continue with the flow of my island to Hogwarts Castle just there. And finally, I thought, wait a minute, those climbing frames, they look way too plain. So I found these custom designs and just felt, that's perfect, right? To be honest, I think I'm going to make some changes to it. Maybe by making the colors a little darker with some new custom designs, but for now, I'm really happy with how it's kind of like the kind of duality of it. I'm really happy about, and the fact that you can look like you're pushing to get into platform 9 3/4 I really like. Yeah, so this area, I might add some more things, but it's such a small space, but I could extend it to the right a little bit. We'll see. If you guys have any suggestions for me, please do let me know in the comments below, because I would appreciate any kind of suggestions for items that you think would work here. Because as I said, I'm happy with it, and I like the concept of it, and I like the fact that there's the trains up top. I think it's really cute with the trains up top. But if you have any ideas, please do throw them my way. And that's it. So thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit that like button. And if you want to stick around, hang out with us. We've just hit 1K. Woo! So exciting. I'll have a poll down in the description to decide what kind of special thing you guys want me to do for 1K. Please do have a look at that link and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. I'd love to have you along for the ride. And I'll see you in the next video.